Good morning. Today we're going to start a new chapter, The Rise of the Islamic Empire or the Rise of the Arabic World. And this is a chapter I particularly love because the Arabic world reminds me of Aladdin or Sinbad or the Arabian Nights, even Lawrence of Arabia. But what I think of for certain is sand, desert, beautiful palaces, Arabian princes or princesses, love, romance and adventure. Of course, these are all just fairy tales, but there is still great beauty to be found and exciting technology to be found in the Islamic Empire. And the Islamic Empire began in the Middle Ages. So if I ask you what you think about the Middle Ages, you're probably going to tell me castles, battles, this is the 100 Years' War, diverse machinery to destroy the castles, knights, crusaders. You might tell me about Joan of Arc, who fought in the 100 Years' War with the French against the English. You might tell me about Robin Hood, a legendary figure who came about because King John went off on the Crusades. And you might tell me about the Black Death. You might also tell me about peasants, the feudal system, lords. All of this is happening in the western part of Europe. We're looking at France, Belgium, United Kingdom, Germany, and all this happened when the Roman Empire fell after 476 AD. If you look down here, there's another empire. This, in fact, is the second half of the Roman Empire. This is the Byzantine Empire. It's going to stay in Turkey, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Serbia, and so on. And that's going to last all the way through the Middle Ages. And then down here you have something else that begins. It's the Islamic Empire. The Islamic Empire is going to begin with Muhammad's discovery of Islam, of Allah, in Medina and Mecca. And then it's going to spread throughout Saudi Arabia, and then it's going to, I've lost a map. And then it's going to head east to Persia, Parthia, and it's going to head into Afghanistan and Pakistan today. This is the area of the ancient Greek Empire that was led by Alexander the Great, also into Egypt, Alexandria there. Then you'll see it's going to continue along the north coast of Africa, and these are the Berbers who are going to head across the Gibraltar Strait into Spain and Portugal. So in the Middle Ages, there was a lot of influence, a lot of Arabic influence in Spain and Portugal. Now, how is one of the ways that it spread is through trading caravans. So this is a caravan of camels, and these camels are transporting goods across the desert. And in fact, they're travelling out of Arabia through Persia into China and back again, and delivering silk through Turkey and Greece and Macedonia. They're also travelling into Italy. Not only are they bringing silk, de la soie, silk from China, they're also going to bring paper. And they're also going to bring other technology and developments from China through Persia and into Italy. Okay, there's a second route. The second route is going from Indonesia, also from China, through the south of India, and then back through Saudi Arabia, along the north coast of Africa, or across the Mediterranean into Italy, going here into Spain. So spices and silk, fine materials and paper coming out of China, coming out of the islands and travelling through Saudi Arabia, through the Islamic Empire. Now, one thing that's important, when Muhammad discovers Allah, it's noted that there should not be any artistic representation of God or of any human being or of any animals. So in Christianity, you have a lot of pictures of God, you have a lot of pictures of Mary, Joseph, Jesus, but in Islamic art you cannot have a representation of a human, of a god, or of an animal. So you will see very beautiful artwork, but containing flowers, geometrical forms, shapes that reproduce symmetry and calligraphy. Again, we have here geometrical forms, symmetry. This is in Tehran, this is in Iran. Again, you can see the symmetrical forms and the geometrical forms being used. In Morocco, in Marrakesh, a doorway with geometrical forms. This is Alhambra in Spain. So in here you have calligraphy, flowers and geometrical forms being repeated. Very, very beautiful architecture and art together. And it's in Spain. Again, flowers. The most famous building devoted to love. So this is a mausoleum. That means it's a tomb. This was built by the Mughal king Shah Jahan, who was devastated when his wife died, and had this tomb built for her. It's not a mosque, okay? It's a tomb. Opposite this tomb, there is a black one, smaller, but that's his tomb. That's Shah Jahan's tomb. So this is possibly the world's most famous building dedicated to love. Unfortunately for the people who built it, there was a bit less love involved. It was very hard work, back-breaking work, very dangerous work. Many people didn't live very long when they were working on this building site. It did give them money for their families, but they were absolutely poor. So, like in the Middle Ages, you have the peasants and the lords. Here you have the same kind of situation. This is in Fez. It's again a tomb, a mausoleum. This is inside. This is for one of the first Moroccan kings in around 800. You can see how beautiful it is, but again, very rich, but no representations of any kind of person. It's the doorway to the mausoleum. And here we have Charlemagne, 800s, the same time period. In Christianity, we have a picture of the man with a crown, with a symbol of strength and a symbol of the church. Again, in artwork, we have people, very, very different in the style, okay? Now, Arabic calligraphy, this is from the 16th century, so 1500s. Very, very beautiful, very, very delicate, very, very symmetric, okay? This one is a call to prayer in a mosque, in the doorway to a mosque in Morocco. And this one, from ancient times or modern, I believe this is a modern representation, calligraphy with geometric forms surrounding it. And here, ancient or modern, well, I don't have the exact source, ancient building behind most likely, but with a very, very modern representation of a tank firing. So noting the violence and warfare that is going on in the Islamic Empire today, in Iraq, Iran, Syria, these kind of countries where this is from. Now, I have a challenge for you. I would like you to find an example of Islamic or Arabic art, calligraphy and architecture. I want you to make sure that you make a note of the website where you found the art, calligraphy and architecture. I want you to make sure, this one is, be careful because you can't just tell me Pinterest. I need to know where it is. So try to go further. If you find the artwork, try to do more research to find out where it is and find a good website like Britannica.com, a museum, etc. Find out where it is located. Tehran, Marrakesh, so on. Is it genuinely from the Middle Ages? So is it between 476 and 1492? Or is it more modern? And why do you like it? And then I'd like you to show me, send me your choices of artwork, either in a Word document or in a PowerPoint, as I would like to share those with everybody so that you can see a lot of the beauty that belongs to the Arabic Empire. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trying your best, and good luck with your work. I hope you find some beautiful artwork for me, and see you next time.